Alrighty, so these are the footprint insoles. As you notice, I got the ODB. This is what the bottom of them looks like. I think it's pretty cool. And then you got the ODB graphic. Now these are a foam. It's kind of like a memory foam type deal. They're very, very, very flexible, very soft, and so far they feel quite nice. There you go ahead, take my beloved Converse skate shoe. Helps if I grab the right side. We're just gonna go ahead and slide these in. Now these are about 10 mil, give or take. Forgive my eyeball here. I might actually measure it later, but I believe these are the 10 mil kingfoams. And we're just gonna go ahead and press it into the shoe. Now what I know from trying these around in the house earlier is that it does take a little bit. They feel a little weird because they actually kind of conform to your foot. So it takes a little while. You have to get it up to body temperature and then it'll kind of conform to your foot. So we're gonna see how that changes the feel of these Converse, which to be honest, I pretty much love these Converse. But you know, it could always be better, right? So let's give it a try. See how it does. We'll go ahead and get the other side done. I got the car running a little bit just to kind of keep the battery in tip-top shape. I haven't driven it in about a week and a half. And these things kind of murder batteries, so we'll just bear that in mind. So now we've got our left one in. We're just gonna give these a rock. I'm gonna go rip it around. I'm gonna go that way, so I'm gonna give it a good 4 kilometers before I come back to the car, change it out for the footprint shoes, and see how it does. Absolutely loving the way I've got the board set up now. The new bushings and the grip tape fix have really, really, really helped in terms of the overall enjoyability of the board. Some people may not have an issue with it. I did, because I have big, ginormous feet. But it's also because of my big, ginormous feet that I didn't notice the kind of hump in the center from the W concave. And thankfully, my buddy Nino, he jumped on the board one of the last times I came out here. And as soon as he jumped on the board, he jumped right off the board. He says, "Dude, what's wrong with this? It's got this weird W concave thing going on." He says, "It doesn't make my feet feel comfortable." And that's where the light bulb went off. So I peeled the thick foam grip tape off in the center only, and I replaced it with flat grip tape. And so now when my foot sits on the board, it sits totally level instead of being arched up like this. Wearing something like these footprint insoles may have made the difference to where I could have left it alone, but it wouldn't be a real fix. It would be a very artificial fix, if you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, enough talking. Let's get the gear on and let's go out. And remember, as always, at a minimum, at a bare minimum, please wear a helmet. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but this is still the best investment that I own, my brain. You're already doing something semi-dangerous. You might as well make it as safe as possible. So that's Byron's safety talk. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ride out about 2 kilometers to the shelter. We're gonna stop at the shelter, give you guys a little update, check in with you. Skating with the ZV1 is not always the easiest thing in the world to accomplish. So yeah, there's that. We're hoping to get about a total of 10 kilometers done. I'm gonna try to do between 4 and 5K on the Converse with the kingfoam, and then I'm gonna do the remaining 5K as the footprint Velocity shoes ship. So there's a thin memory foam insole in there. And I think ultimately that thin memory foam insole is going to go into these Converse, and I think maybe this one is going to go into those footprints. But we'll see. Let's see what it does. Let's see how it feels. And more importantly, let's see how the board feels. Let's see how the board reacts, and how I react to the board. If I could get that, you know, just a little bit, I don't want to call it foot fatigue, because I don't really get foot fatigue anymore. Now that I've corrected how the board sits, I don't really get foot fatigue anymore. It's just, you know, legs and all of that normal stuff of being 41 years old and, you know, doing something stupid and dangerous like electric skateboarding. Yay. So I'm gonna get out of your ear. Let's get at it. The king foams are not bad. I feel they're a little bit too tall for these Converse. So I'm thinking the thinner insole that's actually in the footprint shoes that are back in the trunk of the car right now, I think that's going to be overall a better choice for these Converse, and I think it'll add just a little bit of extra comfort and just take it to that other level. Now, so far, just on my testing, walking around, you know, wearing them to and from work and things like that, the footprints are an amazing, amazing shoe. So we'll get a little more of that. Hopefully you guys can see this, man. It's a absolutely gorgeous morning out here. Beautiful, nice and green. It's currently right about 62 or so. So, I mean, really this hoodie is a little bit excessive, but it's not bad. I am wearing elbow pads under here. So, always gear up, always protect yourself. These Liots are doing awesome. This is the first time I'm wearing them with shorts. This is actually the first time I'm wearing shorts in quite a while. So, I have a feeling by the end of this ride, this hoodie's gonna come off. Just beautiful. These kingfoam insoles, they really do, after a few minutes, they really do help. They kind of conform to your foot, but it takes them a little bit to get there. So if you are buying these insoles, just kind of bear that in mind. And I don't know that I would buy the 10 millimeter. They have a thinner, I think it's a 5 or a 3 millimeter. I think that's the one that I would get. The only reason I have these 10 mils is because they came in the box with my shoes. That's it. That's the only reason I have them. Honestly, I think I would have chosen the 3 or the 5 mil instead of the 10s. But that being said, we've got the 10s. So this is an ETA exclusive. We're testing them. It's not really exclusive. I'm pretty sure somebody else out there has tested these. But, you know, for me, this is the first time testing both insoles and shoes. I have a medium-high arch, so I can't, if I wear arch supports, it actually kills my feet. But if I have no support, it kills my feet. So something like this, where it can mold, is actually a pretty good thing. And they are fairly comfortable once you get into it. You do give up board feel, however. I just want to throw that out there. So you do give up some board feel, but in return, I don't really feel it. I'm not saying it was like super vibration-y or anything like that, because I've taken the steps of, you know, balancing the tires and things like that. But what I can say is it soaks up quite a bit of those vibrations just riding over pads, riding over some of this cobblestone type stuff. It really does take up and soak up a lot of that. So if you are riding on traditional skate shoes and you're getting a lot of vibrations, maybe give these a try. Personally, I think if I had urethane wheels on the board, these insoles would be just on point, just perfectly on point. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna skate some more, continue our test. What's up, everybody? So we're back here at the Beast. Now we're gonna go ahead and change out these bad boys for these sexy little numbers. Now, just to show you what I was talking about in terms of like the 3 millimeter insole, that's what we're talking about here. It's paper thin, but yet, if you see that, hopefully the camera's going to pick this up. you can see it's got some nice shock absorbing, and then it goes back to reform. Alrighty, so we're back here at the Beast, and these foam insoles, you know what, I gotta be honest, they're really not bad. If I had a little bit of a different style shoe, I would probably enjoy them far, far more than I do. I find that some of the finer points of like where my feet lock onto the board are a little bit harder to pick up, and again, that's because it's 10 millimeter thick. But what I will do is probably use these insoles in my work boots, because they are pretty damn awesome insoles. And I think using them in a work boot or even a running shoe, especially in a running shoe, that would take a lot of that impact shock off of your knees and probably make it a lot better. Overall though, they're really not bad. So if you've got a thin set of flat bottom shoes that you like to skate in and you just want a little bit more protection, that 10 millimeter is probably going to be where it's at. But the 3 or the 5 millimeter for me personally would probably be a far better choice. These footprint shoes, these are the footprint Velocities. As you can see, these things are beautiful. I've worn them a little bit, got them a little bit broken in, and now we're going to take them out on our first ride. I'm leaving them with the thin insoles inserted just because that's how they came out of the box, and so that's how I'm going to test them. And I may swap in the thick ODBs a little bit later on. I may not. I think I'm just going to kind of leave them as is right now. It's getting a little bit warmer. It's probably about 65 right now, so it's come up a couple of degrees. But now we're going to go ahead and go for a ride that way. Since I already know how these shoes react on a variety of different terrain and stuff like that, I've never ridden on these footprints, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, I do want to say I had to ride across this lovely cobblestone, and, well, it's cobblestone and hot garbage, for lack of a better description. They don't really maintain this parking lot very well. It's just a bunch of bricks that they literally hammer down together, and then that's like, there you go, you have a paved parking lot. They'd be a far better choice to use traditional pavement methods. But it is what it is, and I will say that going over this rough crap was really nice with these insoles. It really, really, really soaked up the worst of it. And even when I got into a rough chunk, which I don't know if you can see it right there, right about there, but there is as much as a ½ an inch gap between the individual bricks where it's up and down, and it really completely soaked all of that up. So these are fantastic if you're riding on rough roads. I don't know that I would recommend the 10 mils for pneumatic wheels. They'd be pretty good with cloud wheels, and I guarantee you these things would be amazing if you ride urethanes. They would really take a lot of that buzz and pain out of the urethane wheels. So we're going to go ahead, get our shoes changed, and get up out of here. All right, what's up, everybody? So don't mind the construction noise and stuff going on around me. This is a different part of Masdar. I haven't shown you guys this before. Pretty awesome, huh? They actually built a little mall. Not that building, but the building behind it. There's actually a little mall back there. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about these woohoo footprint shoes. The first thing I want to say is how unbelievably locked into the board these shoes make me feel. There might be a better shoe out there for e-skate, but I'm not aware of its existence. Like, really? I'm able to carve deep with this board, something I've never been able to do before. I always get to the point of my personal traction, not the board's traction, but my traction, meaning I start to slip off the board and I have to step off when I do a deep carve. That is absolutely not the case with these shoes. These shoes lock in, they grab on. It feels like you're clamped to the board until you lift your foot. So if you're used to just like a little shuffle to reposition your feet on the board, you're gonna have to change how you do these, how you do that. And so I'm going to skate around on them a little bit, just mainly because I'm kind of curious how the footage is going to turn out. Still playing with my mobile setup here. I just got a small little tripod with me. The Ulanzi, I don't know what this is, MT18 I think it is, or something like that. We're going to straighten out these little bendy feet. Set you up over here, and I'm going to go skate in a circle and show you guys how nice the turning radius on this this B1 Hercules actually is, for being as big of a board as it actually is, and just to show you how well locked in I am. I wish I had thought to bring my Converse with me, because I would have swapped out, put those on, and shown you the difference. It's to say that it's night and day would be a bit of an understatement, I think. These things are phenomenal. So let's get at it. That should be a decent angle. Again, you can see this is not a heavy board. Now hopefully we'll not get out of range on the wireless mic. I've never tested the range. They say it's good. And you can see, first off, these shoes look amazing on this board, and second, I like them. But I just want to show you, like previously, I couldn't go anywhere near this tight. I'm still a new rider, guys, so don't judge me too much. But previously I couldn't turn like this because I would be losing traction on my feet. My feet would be slipping. So the Converse are awesome. But I mean, look at this angle. I'm going to try to hold it the best I can without busting my ass. That was all me, that was not the shoe. Just wanted to show you this thing. These shoes are phenomenal. Even the stability that they give you and the locked in feeling that they give you, it's really hard to describe until you've had a shitty skate shoe. And don't get me wrong, those Converse are actually, in my opinion anyway, a very nice shoe. These are just better. They're just better. You can see that I'm riding over this cobblestone stuff, and I'm not going to lie to you and say that I don't feel it, because that would be a fabrication, but I can tell you that it's significantly reduced, and it's quite comfortable. If I was ripping over this with urethanes, I'd want to cut my feet off. Cloud wheels would do a pretty decent job. These plus cloud wheels, oh my God, it would just be awesome. And these shoes with pneumatics, it's insane. It feels so good. I've got a huge vocabulary, and I'm out of fucking words. That's how good these feel. These are amazing. So I'm gonna get up out of your ear, I'm gonna get back on the board. I'm gonna see you guys in another 5K when I get back over to my normal haunt. Also, just want to throw this out there. For some of you guys who've watched some of my other videos, as you can tell, because I'm on this side of Masdar City, look at that beautiful brand new bike track, right? Of course, my dumb ass isn't riding on that beautiful bike track. I'm riding over here on this cobblestone because I'm testing these shoes for you, my viewer. But we're now up to a little bit over a 10-kilometer loop. Depending on how you do the loop, you could go 10K, you could go 15K. In terms of battery life, I mean, I'm at 7.8 kilometers right now. Haven't lost a bar of battery off the remote or the board. We're going to continue this out. This day is going to be probably about a 15-kilometer ride by the time I get done with it. So, deuces.